In what could be described as a bold and potentially franchise-altering decision, the Dallas Cowboys appear to be entering a new offensive Chapter 1 that could very well define the future of the team and determine whether the Dak Prescott era ends in redemption or disappointment. With the shocking reports emerging from the Star in Frisco, the team is said to be rebuilding its offense around none other than the electric former Ole Miss and Auburn running back Quinshon Judkins. Yes, you heard that right. The Dallas Cowboys, long known for their legacy of starbacks from Tony Dorsett to Emmitt Smith to Ezekiel Elliott, are setting the stage for a new ground and pound leader, and they're betting big that Judkins could be the spark that reignites their playoff hopes. This revelation comes on the heels of a turbulent offseason that saw the Cowboys part ways with key veterans, face uncertainty around Prescott's long-term future, and endure increasing pressure from fans and pundits alike who have grown tired of playoff exits and early-round heartbreak. But now, with Judkins reportedly slated to take on a feature role in the Cowboys' offense, the franchise seems ready to double down on a style of play that could finally break through the NFC ceiling or plunge them further into a cycle of missed expectations. Let's rewind the clock for a moment. When Quinshon Judkins transferred from Ole Miss to Auburn, he was already considered one of the most explosive, hard-running tailbacks in the nation. His freshman campaign alone made waves across college football, where he racked up over 1,500 rushing yards and 16 touchdowns. What set him apart wasn't just his production, but the way he produced tough, downhill running, incredible balance after contact, and a nose for the end zone. He looked like a modern-day NFL bruiser in the making. Fast forward to his pre-draft process, and scouts had varying projections. Some considered him a mid-round gem. Others viewed him as a day 2 steal. But it was the Cowboys, ever aware of their identity and their storied tradition of running the football, who saw something more. Sources close to the team now confirm that Dallas had Judkins high on their draft board for months, and when the opportunity presented itself, they didn't hesitate. But the real story isn't just about the pick, it's about the plan. Reports now indicate that Mike McCarthy and the Cowboys' offensive brain trust have drawn up an entirely new scheme that puts Judkins at the center of their strategy. This isn't just about giving the rookie some carries. This is about building around him. Think Ezekiel Elliott in 2016, when he took the league by storm and helped lead Dallas to a 13-3 season. The team is hoping lightning can strike twice this time, with Judkins. The reasoning is both strategic and, frankly, desperate. With Dak Prescott entering the final year of his contract and negotiations reportedly stalled, the Cowboys are out of time. They've tried the air-it-out approach. They've leaned on CeeDee Lamb and the passing game. They've put faith in a rebuilt offensive line and cycling coordinators. None of it has delivered the NFC Championship appearance that owner Jerry Jones has been chasing for nearly 3 decades. Now, the plan is clear. Take the ball out of Dak's hands just enough to allow Judkins to control the tempo, wear down defenses, and open up play action for big strikes downfield. In essence, Judkins isn't just a running back, he's a lifeline. The final chess piece in what could be the last attempt to salvage the Dak Prescott era in Dallas. Cowboys fans are buzzing, and opinions are sharply divided. Some see Judkins as exactly what the team needs. A tough, fresh-legged runner who can grind out yards in December and bring back the identity Dallas had in its more dominant years. Others see this as yet another sign that the team is hedging against Dak, a signal that confidence in him as the long-term answer is fading. Make no mistake, Dak's position within the organization is no longer unchallenged. The Cowboys have not extended him. They have not committed to a long-term contract. In fact, insiders suggest that the front office is evaluating this season as a make-or-break year for the quarterback. And nothing says prove it year louder than rebuilding the offense around a rookie running back rather than the $40 million a year QB. It's important to look at the pieces around Judkins as well. The Cowboys made subtle but important moves on the offensive line to ensure that he has lanes to work with. Tyler Smith and Zach Martin anchor a unit that still has the potential to be elite when healthy. Wide receiver CeeDee Lamb is entering his prime, and tight end Jake Ferguson has emerged as a dependable target. Brandon Cooks offers a deep threat that keeps safeties honest. With all of this, Judkins could be the perfect complementary force. A battering ram that sets up play action, dominates time of possession, and controls the flow of the game. For Doc, that means fewer third and longs, less pressure to carry the team, and more opportunities to make efficient, explosive plays in rhythm. Of course, the big question is whether Judkins can handle that kind of load in his rookie year. Running backs often hit the ground running in the NFL, but there are no guarantees. The speed of the game, the complexity of defenses, and the physical toll of a 17-game season are all massive hurdles. Still, Judkins is built for punishment, and early camp reports have been glowing. Coaches are impressed with his vision, work ethic, and willingness to learn. He's said to be working closely with veterans and taking in every bit of advice he can get. Even more interesting is the role that Doc himself has played in this transition. Sources suggest that Prescott has been extremely supportive of Judkins' arrival and is actively working with the coaching staff to integrate him smoothly into the offense. For Doc, this is a pivotal moment, not just as a leader, but as a quarterback trying to keep his job. If Judkins succeeds and the Cowboys win, Doc wins too. Still, the pressure is undeniable. Every media appearance, every snap, every late-game drive Prescott will be under the microscope. And so will Mike McCarthy. The head coach has taken over play-calling duties once again, and his fate is just as tied to Judkins as Doc's is. If the new offense clicks, he'll be praised as a visionary. If it falters, it could be the end of his tenure in Dallas. Jerry Jones, meanwhile, has stayed relatively quiet, but clearly sees this as a high-stakes gamble. He's long believed that a strong run game is the foundation of Cowboys football, and he's clearly banking on Judkins to deliver. At 81 years old, Jones is as impatient as ever to hoist another Lombardi trophy, and time is running out. The Cowboys' schedule doesn't offer much room for error. They'll face a gauntlet of NFC contenders early, including the Eagles, 49ers, and Lions. If Judkins is going to be the engine of this offense, he'll have to prove it against some of the league's best defensive fronts right out of the gate. For fans, the emotions are mixed. There's hope for sure. Judkins brings excitement, physicality, and youth to an offense that sometimes feels stale. But there's also worry. Is this too much pressure for a rookie? Is the team giving up on Doc? Are we witnessing a Hail Mary from a front office that's run out of answers? Time will tell. What's undeniable is that the Cowboys have made their move. They're placing their bet on a backfield renaissance. They're reimagining their offense around a young, hungry, bruising runner who might just be the future of the franchise. And they're asking Doc Prescott to prove that he can thrive even when the offense isn't built entirely around him. This is more than just a personnel move. It's a defining moment. A franchise, a quarterback, and a head coach are all on the line. And the outcome may hinge on the legs of a rookie who's never played a down in the NFL. If Judkins delivers, he could go down